There is a 0% chance, and I repeat, 0% chance that Sophie Cunningham is taken in the expansion draft. There is a 0% chance the Indiana Fever protect her in the expansion draft. There is a 0, and I mean 0% chance that a team takes an injured player who is coming off an MCL tear and gives them $1.4 million. So it isn't going to happen. It's not going to happen. And if you want to say, oh, but like Sophie Cunningham puts butts in seats. No, she doesn't. I am a Sophie Cunningham fan. I think she is an important player. She's a super important player to the Fever. I think she's a really, really good role player. Sophie Cunningham, nobody is showing up to watch a basketball game to watch Sophie Cunningham play. Let's be real about this. She might sell some jerseys. So will Hailey Van Lith. So will Kate Martin. Kate Martin will sell more jerseys than Sophie Cunningham. They will sell enough jerseys by drafting Kate Martin and HVL. If it's all about social media following, why not just sign Hailey Cavender in free agency? And I understand Sophie Cunningham is on a different stratosphere of player to Hailey Cavender. But like, if you're going to be offering Sophie Cunningham $1.4 million Supermax, you may as well be just giving a roster spot to Hailey Cavender at that stage. And that's not a knock on Sophie, but like, if you're giving Sophie Cunningham, saying Sophie Cunningham is a really good player and then saying Sophie Cunningham should get the Supermax are two very different things. And by protecting Sophie Cunningham, you are assuming she is going to get the Supermax. She is a 30-year-old, 0-time All-Star, bench player, really good bench player or fifth starter, coming off an MCL tear and a season of ankle injuries. What are we doing? How many games did Sophie Cunningham play last year? I'd be interested to see. How many games did Sophie play last year? And by the way, Sophie, really good shooter, really good role player. Great if she's the fifth best player on your team. But like, she missed 14. She started 13 games last year. She started 13 games. She's been a bench player more than half of her career. I get it. 43% from three, a career high, and she will continue to do that with Caitlin Clark. But like, Sophie Cunningham, like even on a bad team, 2033 Phoenix Mercury, Sophie Cunningham averaged 11 points a game. She averaged 11 points a game on a really bad Phoenix Mercury team. So what's going to happen with a bad expansion team? But I don't even know why we're talking about this. No expansion team's going to get her. Sophie Cunningham, if the Indiana Fever can come to a deal with Sophie Cunningham will be a member of the Indiana Fever. They don't need to protect her. If you guys want Sophie Cunningham back, subscribe. We are trying to get to 57.8k by the end of the day. We need 8 more subscribers to do that. That being said, I want Sophie Cunningham back for the Fever. I do. I think it's really hard to find a 43% three-point shooter who does it on low volume, who's versatile enough to play at a 1-2, who's versatile enough that they can stand in and play possessions at the 1, can play the 2, can play the 3, can play possessions at the 4. I'm okay with that player. Like, genuinely. It is really difficult to find that player. Really, really difficult. And I'm like, she was second in the league in true shooting percentage. But like, you don't supermax that player. And by the way, Sophie Cunningham, people are like, oh, Sophie Cunningham will take she'll take a pay cut. Oh yeah, she'll take a pay cut. But if she gets offered $1.4 million or even $1.2 million from an expansion team, she's going to take the money. Like, for $1.2 million, she is obviously going to take that money. She's going to take that money. And on a long-term deal. But she's not going to get offered that money. Why? Because they are allowed to take, each team is allowed to take one unrestricted free agent. One. And players that are likely, what team would take Sophie Cunningham over all WNBA Jonquel Jones. They won't. Jonquel's probably going to be in that expansion draft. There are going to be superstars in that expansion draft. And I get it. Sophie Cunningham is a big name off the court. But that's like saying, hypothetically, if there was an expansion draft in 2012 in the NBA, that if a bunch of superstars were available, that it was better, you were better off taking Jeremy Lin than taking an all-star. Like, it's at that point. Sophie's 30 this season, coming off a season where she suffered 2 ankle injuries and tore her MCL. Like, she had to get MCL surgery as far as I'm aware. Or did she? I think she might have. I'm not 100% sure. But, like, by the way, MCL injuries, it's not like coming back from an ACL. It affects your ability to move laterally. And this is coming from a man who's tore his left MCL 3 times. I tore my left MCL for the first time when I was playing for the national team. I never made a national team again. I never made a national team again after tearing my MCL. Like, it was one of those things as a kid, and it kind of fucked me. Like, it's not like the worst injury in the world. It's not an ACL. It's not a patellar tendon, which it looked like a patellar tendon when it happened. And you were like, oh shit. If it's a patellar tendon, like, your career might be fucking done. Like, Moses Moody apparently is like out for 2 years, and like it basically ended Andre Roberson's career. But no, Sophie Cunningham is going to be wherever she signs. Look, if the Fever can't pay her what she wants, she'll leave. Like, Sophie Cunningham has made it very, very clear. She wants to be with the Fever, but if the Fever are not willing to, like, if it doesn't make financial sense, she'll leave. And I'm sorry, if a team wants to pay her 1.4 million Supermax or 1.2 million Supermax in free agency, whether she's protected or not, she's gone anyway. And if a team is dumb enough to take her in the expansion draft and offer her a low ball deal of $800K, she'll probably take a $200K pay cut to play for the Fever. She'll take a couple of $100K pay cut. Let's be real. She is a lot less reliant on the proximity to Caitlin Clark than a lot of other players. There's a reason why people were hyped for Sophie Cunningham when she came to the Fever. She's a lot more likely to continue these brand deals than Lexi Hull is. And Lexi Hull's starting her own company. So at the end of the day, there's no way in hell that like Lexi Hull's going to leave the Fever at this stage. It's worth a lot more than a couple of $100K for her. But yeah, I don't know why people are so worried about this being like, oh, Sophie needs to they need to protect Sophie, they can't lose Sophie, man. Whether like protecting Sophie Cunningham is irrelevant to whether or not they have Sophie Cunningham. Like, if they lose Sophie, if Sophie Cunningham's name gets called in the expansion draft, it doesn't matter. Why? Because they would have lost Sophie Cunningham anyway. Like, they're not taking a player in the expansion draft that says they don't want to be there. Because there are so many star players, and they're committing $1.4 million to whatever free agent they take. So whatever free agent they take has got to want to be there. If the free agent doesn't want to be there, they're not going to take them. So if Sophie Cunningham gets taken in the expansion draft, which she won't, in that hypothetical situation, she has made it clear she wants to be there and they want to give her the Supermax. And if that agreement has come between her and her agent, or between her agent and the expansion team, then she's going to go to the expansion team anyway. So yeah, that's the video. See you guys.